Hey everybody, Nathan with On the Drift Fly Fishing. I just wanted to talk about getting ready for spring fishing and talk about getting your gear set up. So I want to kind of go over some stuff, and I think the most important thing as you get ready is to get familiar with your gear. Whatever your fishing setup is going to be, that you get familiar with your own equipment that you're going to be using. There's nothing worse than getting out on the water and having to search for things and not be familiar with where everything's at and searching. It just makes for an unpleasant day. The more familiar that we can get with our tools and our setup, the better and the more effective we're going to be, I think, when we're out on the river. So it's important to do that. The cool thing is you can do this from anywhere. You can talk to my wife. There's been many times she's found me walking around the house with my waders on and my all my gear on, just testing to see how things feel and if I can get to it. This is what I use most of the time. This is the Umpqua, I think it's the Z3 Overlook ZS. Sorry, the Overlook ZS. And this is my main system that I use when I'm out fly fishing and doing walk wade trips. So a couple of things that are important when you're setting up your gear. Make sure that this one is this is a chest pack, so it's got a little backpack in the back. You throw it over, and this sits on your chest. So I like this one. I used to use a sling pack as well, and I've also used the Simms vest. But this is kind of my go-back too. So, you know, the standard thing, I like this. My nippers are going to be here. Make sure you have a good sharp set of nippers. For your fishing, there's nothing worse than having to pull and tug on your line to get it to snap. I also put, this sits on mine. I've got a little piece of Velcro, and this is the CNF design. I really like this for just being able to quickly access flies. And I use this on the water. Sometimes I'll preset. This is from months and months ago, but sometimes I'll preset what flies what I think I might be using for the day. And then my magnets up here is kind of where I just throw my flies when I'm snipping them off. It's just a nice setup. So I use that, and I just have a piece of Velcro that I've attached to the back so that I can snap it there. I think it comes with a pin. And then, so as you familiarize yourself with your pack, this is just ideas that I use. You might find something that's better, that works for you, and I encourage you to do that. Find a system that works for you. So in mine, I've got two pouches. In the front, I've got the front pouch, and then I've got this back pouch. In the back pouch is where I keep my fly boxes. So everybody has a different setup for their fly boxes. This is what works for me. This is mostly, this is kind of everything. This is my everything fly box. For this one, this is my bigger flies. Have some streamers and stuff in there. And then my dailies are over here. And this is what I'm mostly into, my little small packs. And these are double-sided. Tacky boxes. Pop one open. So, and these are just my most used flies. So I keep those, and I always have them. I always try to put them in the same spot, so I know when I reach in, I'm out on the river, I know what I'm finding. This one has also got some pockets in the front. I've got some extra indicator line that I keep in there, and I think that's pretty much it. My keys and stuff go in here. When I'm out fishing, I lock them into there, and it's pretty basic. I try to take as little stuff as I can. I don't like a big heavy pack when I'm out there. This will get heavier when I'm doing guided trips. I'll have a lot of extra stuff in there. But then in my front pouch, I carry my glasses, of course, because I'm at that age where sometimes I need them, sometimes I don't. That's my indicator marker when I'm marking my indicator line. I also keep some extra rigs set up in here, and I have 2 or 3 of those in here. You can see those. I keep those in there for some dry dropper rigs, some hopper dropper setups, things like that, so I can have quick access to those. Then let's see if I can get this. I also keep, I have in this front pouch here, let me see, sorry, getting really close there with my hand. I've got my aqua gel for my dries. Then I keep an extra box of weights that I keep in there, just different weights. I mostly fish weighted flies, but sometimes I don't. Then in here, I have some yarn indicators. I don't know if you can see it in there, but I also have some tippet rings in there. Just tools that I might use during the day. So that's kind of that. I do have some in the bottom of that. I'm not going to dig in there and find them. I have some extra indicators and different things, hard indicators, if I want to use those as well. So that's just my main basic setup that I have. And then in the front, I've got my little hemostats up there in the front if I need to use those. And then generally when I'm fishing, my phone will go on the front of these pockets, so I have quick access to it if I need to. Then as I move around to the side, this is not my favorite setup. If I change something on this setup, it's probably going to be this. This is just my tippet spool. And I carry whatever size tippet that I feel like I want. And here, I hate running out of tippet, so I always have a couple of extra spools on there. You probably don't need that many. And that's my basic setup on the front. And then in the back, I've got my setup. This is my gear keeper. This is where I connect my net to. And I like it to hang off this side. I fish right-handed, so this sits off my left side. Just hook my net into there. And then I have my backpack. I don't like to use this one, and I mean, I know it's built for nets, and this whole system is, and I just don't use it. I got so used to using my net to the side, I feel like it hangs up a little higher. I'm not very tall, so I don't like my net to get stuck when I'm wading in deep water. Sometimes my net will start to drag in the water with me or get hung up. So this just causes my net to sit up a little higher. That's why I do that. And then these Umpqua backpacks, or this Umpqua setup has a backpack. I keep extra fly boxes. I keep some food, my lunch, my extra raincoat. That's kind of a stuff all bag. And anything that I feel like I might not use or might need constant access to, I stick in the back. So that's just kind of my basic gear setup. I've also used, if you use a sling pack, those are great. Vest, whatever. I would just encourage you to get familiar with the gear that you have. And I'll probably do a posting to just kind of say what I feel like is some of the most important gear to keep in your bag. So, all right, we'll continue with this getting set up for spring. We'll do some other videos, but this is part one. All right, thanks.